as it rains, water will hit that stomach. It'll follow the hair and drip down the back. So that's an amazing adaptation that these sloths have so that they don't get too much gunk caught in their hair and so that they can get a nice hairdo every time it rains. And I'm hoping to showcase a favorite among the Costa Rican species of animals. Today, I am looking for the three-toed sloth. Today's adventure brings us to the rainy foothills of Arenal volcano. Now, these rainforests have some of the best diversity in Costa Rica, and I'm hopeful that we can see some of what these beautiful jungles have to offer. Okay, everybody, and welcome back to Jack's World of Wildlife. Now, today I am in the northwestern part of Costa Rica near Arenal, and I'm hoping to showcase a favorite among the Costa Rican species of animals. Today, I am looking for the three-toed sloth. Now, these are amazing, beautiful, and specialized animals that are endemic here in Central and South America, which means you don't get to see sloths anywhere else in the world. So we're going to explore this beautiful neotropical wilderness, and hopefully we can find some three-toed sloths. Now, when searching for sloths, oftentimes the most successful thing you can do is take a page out of the sloth handbook and take your time and move very slowly. Now, this is because these animals, as you might think, spend most of their time resting. Now, when they're resting, they're moving even slower than normal. And due to a lot of the times them having very natural colored hair like brown or even green, these animals can be very difficult to spot if you're hurriedly hiking through the forest. So we're going to take our time and keep our eyes peeled for these beautiful animals. Let's see if we can spot some. After just a few short minutes of searching, we actually spotted this beautiful three-toed sloth with a baby. Look very closely. You can see a tiny arm and a little head poking from around this animal's stomach. Now, this is pretty characteristic of baby sloths who pretty much just hitch a ride with mom for the first many months that they are developing before they are able to climb very well on their own. Now, sloths have many special attributes that allow them to fill a specific niche in the rainforest. Now, sloths are what we call folivorous, which means they're feeding primarily on leaves. Now, leaves do not have a lot of nutritional value, and they take a lot of energy to break down and to subsist off of. So sloths have come up with a really interesting technique to allow them to not only feed on these leaves, but get enough to power their biological engines, so to say. So sloths actually have an incredibly slow metabolism, and they have one of the cooler resting body temperatures of many species of mammals. So these animals actually have adapted with specific things in mind. They rest all the time. They're sleeping 20 plus hours a day, and for the rest of the day, they're feeding. Now, it might not look like much, but the sloth is actually being very strategic about how it's moving about, what it's eating, how long it's resting. The sloth is actually burning about 50% less energy than a mammal of comparable size. And that's because of those special adaptations that the sloth has created within itself in order to subsist off of these leaves. Now, the claws of a sloth are attached to the hand, and these are very long hook-like claws on both the two-toed and three-toed sloth. Now, these are connected to actually a reflexive mechanism, and what that means is that these are actually the resting sort of shape of the sloth's arm is in a curved hook, and that allows these animals to sleep while they are hanging to the branches. They don't have to be conscious and be remembering like, oh gosh, I know I need to stay awake or I'm going to fall out of the tree. No, this is a reflexive movement, and it's so impressive that oftentimes when sloths actually die, they can be seen still hanging from the trees, dead, because that mechanism is still in place. So there's an amazing example of how these animals have created the ability to stay hung up in the trees. Now, these animals are comprised of little more than skin, bones, and coarse hair, but they still have predators. Now, just because they're slow-moving and camouflaged does not mean that they are able to escape the trophic layers of their ecosystems. These animals can be made easy prey for things like larger predatory birds like the harpy eagle or large reptiles like the boa constrictor. However, these animals are not completely defenseless. Although they are quite slow, they can use their claws and oftentimes their sharp teeth in order to defend themselves. Of course, these animals have their main risk being from deforestation and harvesting for the illegal pet trade. These animals, although they do get preyed upon by many species, do quite well in healthy environments and still need those healthy ecosystems in order to thrive. So deforestation is the main thing that can impact these animals' numbers in the wild. Now, another really unique adaptation that these sloths have is that they're the only mammal, actually, to have belly-up growth of hair. Like normal mammals like dogs or bears or even people, our hair grows downward. If you were looking at a bear or a dog, you'd see that the hair starts at the back and kind of comes down towards the belly, right? If you look here, my hair points towards my belly. Sloths don't have that. Why? That seems like a weird adaptation. Why would they need to have hair that grows in the opposite way? They're facing the opposite way than most mammals are. So as they're hanging upside down, as it rains, water will hit that stomach. It'll follow the hair and drip down the back. So that's an amazing adaptation that these sloths have so that they don't get too much gunk caught in their hair and so that they can get a nice hairdo every time it rains. So really cool, really interesting difference in sloths compared to other mammals. Now, sloths are easily some of my all-time favorite groups of animals to see in the wild and to hang out with. They're just so cool and interesting. I really wanted to showcase some really cool wild sloth footage for you all, and I hope I did the job well. Well, we were able to see quite a few sloths, which was super awesome, super cool. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed filming it because sloths have to be one of my favorites. They're everybody's favorite, but they've got to be one of my favorite mammals to encounter here in Central America. So, thank you, my friends, for joining us. I hope, once again, that you've learned something and that you enjoyed yourself. So, our time has come to an end, and I must bid you adieu. So thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Join our channel memberships for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Buy the merch. And of course, stick around, because I want to see you next time for the next episode of Jack's World of Wildlife.